Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to take a look at one of the more unusual cars that Lotus has made. Because when I think Lotus, I think a small two-door like the Elise or even an F1 car. I never think of their four-door cars like the Cortina or the car we're going to look at in particular, the Carlton. So let's go and take a look at the Carlton. Now here is what the car looks like. You may be looking at this and thinking, that car looks a lot like an Opel Omega, because what Lotus actually did is they took an Opel Omega and they changed pretty much everything about it, except for like major exterior components, to make it a pretty insane car at the time. In 1990, it was a twin-turbo, 370-something horsepower, 180 mile per hour top speed, four-door sedan, which back then, that was pretty insane, and even nowadays, it's still a pretty fast car, you know? And then somebody said, ooh, I like that car, I'm going to make it into BeamNG.drive, and, well, now we could drive it in BeamNG.drive. So one thing I should point out, the version for this car is an alpha. That is before beta, and it hasn't been updated in about 7 months, though, so I'm not sure if it'll ever be updated again. But the way my luck is, it's like if I make a video for something, there'll be an update for it within a day. And, like, I'm in California, right? I wash my car, and we haven't had a drought for, like, 6 months or so, and then within a week it rains. So I'm thinking if I make this video, there should be a new version of this car really soon, knowing my luck. But yeah, you can see it has an interior as well, you know. What car doesn't have interior, but it's modeled up. Not the most detailed, like you don't have any working gauges or anything, but you got a steering wheel and the seats and stuff, so that's good. We could go around, crash into things, and keep driving, no problem. You know, there's a few, well, quite a few like minor glitches with the car. There's only really one big issue, I would say, and that would be what happens when you brake too hard. You know, actually, let's get a different color, because I usually use bright colors because that way you can see things better. Like with this dark color, it's like, I can't see the damage good. Problem is, though, one of the minor problems is whenever you choose a color, it gets darkened. And that's because in real life, the car had like a really dark green that looked black in the, in like the shadows. And I think what they did is they tried to duplicate that, but it kind of messed with the color selector. So it's like, you try to choose a color and it's like, it's going to get darkened. But, you know, that's a minor problem. The major problem is this. Watch, we're going to slam on the brakes and watch what happens to my front wheels. They're like, we're out of here. We are done. We are not slowing down for you. I'm like, no, wait, come back. And at that point, we have no front wheels. We can't turn, and we're going to crash right into a wall. So that's like the real only major problem. You know, it does have fully functional headlights. They even light things up in front of them, which is good stuff. It doesn't have blinkers, though. It has braking and or backup lights, I should say, but they don't match up. They're from, you know, just in the generic position. So, you know, there's a lot of small things about it that's like, you know, it says like, well, yeah, it's an alpha. You know, those will be fixed eventually, but, you know, it's just, as long as the car's hasn't been abandoned, you know, it's, like I said, it's been quite a while since it's been updated, so it's hard to know. We almost made that. We almost made it, but we didn't. Keep driving, keep driving. Keep driving. You can't keep driving. Look at your back end. You are ruined. You can't drive no mo. Nuh-uh, no way. Look at that thing. Just destroyed. So yeah, we'll just do some more driving around here and wreck it up. It's good for donuts, by the way. This car, it does not have that much traction when you accelerate hard, so it makes it great for donuts like this. Just no problem all day, man. And well, for me, I had some weird problems with this car when I was using it in the experimental version. Like, it was just weird. So I would suggest if you use this car, use it in the stable version, because I don't have the weird kind of glitchiness I was experiencing in the experimental version. So I'll tell you that right now to be careful about what version of BeamNG.drive you use this car in. Let's try to do this place over here. Why not? Get a new car though, so we don't try to do it with like a car that can't even drive straight. You know, we need precision. Let's take the car that can't drive straight no more. Yeah, that's smart. Even with this car, it's going to be a little difficult because it's not exactly the easiest of cars to control, because it just has a bit too much power for its own good. It seems like you get some wheel spin going if you're too hard on the throttle, so we got to be careful, and we're going to try our best just to make it. We're only going to do 1 or 2 tries. I don't want to do this all day, you know. Well, there's the wheel spin, and we're off of it. We're down. We're going down, and car is down. Poor car. Look at the headlights, they still work. Alright, let's try it one more time. Headlights on this time, why not? Well, that was weird. I was holding reverse, but it wasn't reversed upright. Oh, we got a little damage in the back. And it should be fine. Just no big deal. Okay, that might have been a big deal. That might have ruined one of our tires. Yes, it did. We are now pulling to the right. Awesome. That is exactly what I wanted to do on my second run, is try to take it with a damaged car that won't even go as fast as it can. We're screwed here. There's no way we're going to make it. We're just going to fall off it right over here because we're not going fast enough because we broke the front tire. Yep, see? I knew that was going to happen. And now the car is ruined. Just ruined. Poor car. And as for the parts though, like parts choices, not much variety. There is like an off-road edition which we'll play around with later. But for now, we'll worry about the on-road version. There's no real major difference between the two though. That's all you really need to know. There's just like some suspension changes and a differential change, I think, just to make it work a little bit better on the dirt, but that's about it. So we can go ahead and go over these bumps here. How's it do on the bumps? That's not the speed you would actually go on those bumps. So that's probably not a real fair test, is it? Let's go ahead and do a test like that at the real speed. You would actually do something like that, not 80 miles per hour, whatever we were going. So we'll try doing that. All right, suspension test from the inside. Yeah, that looks pretty smooth. For what we went over, that was pretty smooth. That was impressive, Carlton. You know, it did have a Lotus suspension after all, so... Well, actually, that would probably mean it would be very unsmooth because Lotus was like, we gotta make a car go fast. We ain't worried about comfort, you know? Uh-oh. We did damage the suspension, though. It's pulling to the right again. And there goes a tire. There goes a bumper. Get the tire. Get the tire. Chase that tire. Get it. Get it. Get it. Don't let it get away. Oh, no. Now the other tire fell off. See, I guess it's more so that the tires are just loose than the, that they fall off when you brake too hard. It's just like, you know, you went to get your tires changed, and the mechanic was an idiot, and he just didn't even tighten them on the front. That's what happened. That's the storyline we're gonna go with. And this is another one of the minor glitches. Is you can't stop the car's wheels from spinning, as in you'll brake the car entirely and it'll still drive. Like, watch this. We hit brake all brake groups. Watch these rear tires go. You can't stop us. Oh, they're not doing it. Oh, I thought. Wait a minute. Try it again. See there. See, those are the rear tires just racing off now. Look. Look at them go. So you could always like accelerate them even after the car breaks down, is all I'm saying, which is kind of funny. I've seen that in a few cars before. It's one of those things that, you know, I've seen it before, you know? That's all I have to say about it. It's just funny. It's like, it's funny because you got the tires just going whichever way they want, not a care in the world. So... I mean, yeah, that's how the car is. And I guess we could do a little bit more bumping and scraping, but basically if you scrape it in the front too hard, the tires will fall off. It's just that simple. And right now the front left tire is busted. I think the tires are just weak in general, actually, maybe. You know what we could do? We could do some other things as well. We could, let's see here. Bring out the roller. Where's the roller? Oh, that's right. We don't have the roller because it's the... Okay. Well, we'll go to the experimental version just for a bit so we can use the roller on this thing. So, be right back. Okay, so like I said, the car's a little glitchy in the experimental version. You see that? That's weird, isn't it? Right there, just having a weird little thing like that. But you can kind of fix the problems by, well, first you remove the steering wheel, which helps things a bit. And then the more important thing to remove is you remove the ability to steer at all. You remove the steering, and then it doesn't have the glitchiness, but you can't turn at all. So that's why we lined it up already with the roller, so we don't have to worry about steering, and we could just use it right here and crush it. So we're going to go ahead and just turn the roller on. There we go. And hopefully the car is able to go straight enough to, perfect. Crunch, 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 crunch. Ta-da! We crushed it. And it still drives, sort of, you know. It never churned in the first place, but you can still drive it. We could put it through the rollers again. Oh, we just tore off a tire. That's okay. I mean, they weren't churning anyways, so, like, what's the point? If you can't use them, they're just there for nothing, really. Ah, it's all crooked. We can make it lazy then. Put it up there. This is not going well. Let's just get a new one. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Aw, poor car. So yeah, that's the thing that's glitched though, is the steering parts, really. And I don't know why, but they cause some really gross things if you try to use them in this version. So there we go. There's the car nice and crushed. Makes it convertible now. Isn't that nice? And you can drive around your convertible now. Well, not from the inside, that's for sure. I mean, sure, you're dead, but that's okay. You know, let's do it from the inside. I never do that usually. You don't see much, actually, is why. It's like, well, what? Dead. Look at the antenna. I think that's the antenna. Somehow it got all the way to the front. Maybe it's a wiper. I don't know exactly what it is. Is it part of the engine? I don't know. Is that the antenna? Everything's the antenna to me. This car because it has an antenna that kind of stands out, and it's gone now. See the antenna right there? Oops, right there. Kind of stands out, you know. Now it's gone. All right, one more thing. Since we're on the experimental version still, we could do Crusher. So then we'll go back to the normal version where the car can actually, you know, be driven. So right now we're just crushing it. Aw, he's such a cute little ball of car. Look at that. You can't tell that's a car. You can't tell me with a straight face and say, oh yes, that used to be a Lotus Carlton. It would really be a shame if that happened to a Lotus Carlton, because there's not that many of them. Like, there's like only 1,000 are built or so, you know? Alright, so let's go ahead and go into the other version of BeamNG.drive, and then we could drive it instead of just watching it get wrecked by other things. Okay, we are back in the old version of BeamNG.drive, and let's go to one of my favorite little off-road maps for like things that aren't really off-roady but can off-road, like the Lotus Carlton. This should be good. I mean, because have you ever, I mean, put it this way, there's probably one out there, but have you ever really heard of Lotus Carlton being an amazing off-road car or anything like that? No. So the fact that it even has an off-road variant is interesting all in itself. And like I said, I believe the only changes is the differential and the coilovers, which just it just basically changes the way it handles, and you know, it performs alright in the dirt. It is very slippery, but it's controllable. Like, if you understand what I mean. Like, we're sliding all over the place, but I can make sure we slide where I want to slide to usually. And really, that's how it performs in the dirt. And now we're gonna see how it does for some jumps. All right, jump number 1 is good. It didn't sound good. I heard like crunching and stuff as we landed, but that's okay, it seems like. How's the front end looking? That tire does not look good. Did you see it bouncing? Oh goodness, we can't turn. There goes the tire, trying to brake too hard. And, oh. It seems like it was doing pretty good until it broke. Like, I mean, it was doing good, then it's like, oh, the car broke, we're done for. This is actually where we fell off right here, so we could just continue back on. See how long we could keep going. So, although it's never a car I would think of using for off-roading, I guess it could work technically. I mean, this is a little probably more so off-roady than it was meant for. This is probably meant for more of a dirt road versus like a BMX track style thing like what we're at right here. But it works. I mean, well, you know, it works okay. It works a lot better than I expected. I'll give it that much because of what kind of car it is and stuff, you know. But the question is, why would you use a Lotus Carlton for something like this? It's like, that is a very illogical car for something like this, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to the normal. Oh, my tire. Alright, we're gonna go back to the main menu and go to another map though. I'm thinking we should go. Ooh, I know what we should do. We should see if it could actually reach the 180 top speed it had in real life. So let's go ahead and say Lotus Carlton, default one, and the goal is 180 miles per hour because that was the top speed this car would reach in real life. So let's see if it'll reach it in BeamNG.drive. Now I honestly am not sure if it will make it. I mean, I'm thinking it might max out at 140, 150, but I'm not sure. I mean, we're still accelerating at a decent rate already at 120, so maybe we'll be okay. We'll see. We just have to wait and see. But I want to get 180, come on. Uh-oh, the acceleration is slowing down. We're only at 130 now, and it's starting to crawl, really. That's not looking good, man. This is not looking promising for the top speed. It's just slowly crawling. Uh-oh. I mean, it's crawling so slowly. You need like a multiple mile long road to get it up to 180. Alright, well, I think it's topping out right now. That is not 180. Carlton, why you lied to me? It's not going any faster than that. So that's the top speed with the normal version is 144. 36 miles per hour is off of what it should be. It was claimed to be in real life. What if we use a strip version with all the weight reduction, you know? Will that be able to reach the speed? Definitely has more wheel spin because it's a lighter car and there's less weight on the back. Uh-oh. Okay. It has no aerodynamics, like no downforce on it. So I tapped the churn and it went woo! It just went all off on its own. So I gotta just drive it a little differently. Alright, 100. 120. I'm actually like having to keep this one straight. The other one it was go straight on its own. This one it starts to get sideways. 140. 44, and we're still going. Question is, can we hold it? 145, 146, 147, 7, 8, 9, 50. Come on, 180, man, 180. That's the real top speed. That's what we want to get. 155, 156, 157, 158. Oh, we're getting there. 61, 62, 63, 64. Come on. You got this. You got this. I know it's cheating because there's no body panels, but I wanted to see this thing reach 180, you know? Uh-oh. Oh, it's still going. 166. Is that it? Is that it? Is it topping out? Oh, I think it's topping out. So even without body panels, it still tops out at just 166. Doesn't go. Oh, 167? Still not quite the 180 that it promises in real life. So now we can go ahead and slide it around a bit. That looks funny because we're still going like 40 miles per hour. And now we're done. All right, let's go to Leap of Death and destroy this thing. So Leap of Death. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ourselves a Lotus Carlton out and ready to go. Where is it? There it is. Twin turbo. It's in a different spot than the other one, so I'm all confusing myself. I'm still thinking about the experimental one. We'll use the off-road edition now, and let's go. Whee! Ooh, we can do this. Poof! All the car parts falling off. Oh, how sad. And we're not gonna watch this one crash, by the way. I just wanted to watch the body parts fly off. So we'll let it hit it, and then it's like, okay, now we're the one with all the body parts. I just want to do a break all brake groups because break all brake groups is so fun. You just got pieces going everywhere, you know. I mean, it's just the car everywhere, man. It looks so dramatic. That's the thing. It just looks so overly dramatic with car pieces going everywhere. All right, Carlton, are you ready to rest in peace? It is flat. That thing is flat. Can you tell that was a car anymore? Only because it has wheels at 4 corners, really. Otherwise, that's not a car. Nuh-uh. I guess you can also see the kind of somewhat distinct shape of an engine, too, every now and then. So, yeah, the Carlton just really gets wrecked. I mean, it gets wrecked up bad. Poor thing. I think it's just because it's so... Oh, it just glitched. Okay, that's okay. What part broke? Or what part glitched? Right there in the roof. And the bumper, that's okay. Drive it again. It's all good. Going down, going down, going down, going down, and wait for it. Crash. Yeah, that's pretty beat up. Alright, go, keep flying. Don't give up. Keep flying, car. Don't give up on your dream of flight. You can fly. And wrecked. Poor car. We'll do one more jump here, and then we'll go to brutal slope. Do it there a little bit, and well, maybe we should do a racetrack too. I mean, this is a fast well, nah. Well, actually, yeah, we'll do a racetrack, and then we'll go to brutal slope, because, you know, why not? It is a fast car after all. Not necessarily a race car, but it is really fast. Or reasonably fast, I should say. That crash did not look so good, did it? It's a little glitchy on that one. The other two didn't look too bad, though. That one in particular just got a bad hit, I guess. Alright, to the racetrack! Whoa, game's just like, what are you doing? And I'm thinking, since this is a racetrack after all, one of the stock maps, industrial site, we'll just go there. Okay, so like I said, this car is really more of like a high-speed cruising thing. It's not a race car by any means, but it you know, it's a Lotus after all. It should be okay on a racetrack, right? Well, in Forza at least, this thing drove like a tank. It was fun to drive because I would drive it a lot, but man, it drove like a tank. So we'll see how it does here. And actually, you know, I think on this game, compared to, you know, the like Forza, like I said, because I have used this car in Forza quite a bit, this thing is very oversteer happy, where the one in Forza was very understeer, which is kind of interesting. At least if I remember correctly, it was. Because I remember I had to tune it quite a bit to make it control like how I would want, and I think the reason was because that one had understeer, but this one's oversteering a lot. So it's just different. And if you don't know the difference, oversteer is like this. Oh no, I churned too hard. Understeer is like this. I'm churning, but it's not churning, and dead. That's basically the difference. So there we go, we did a lap of industrial site. No, by no means something impressive, but hey, it's not that bad. Oh, we did it a little too fast. So yeah, not a track car, man. No track day, bro. No. Just go and cruise along the autobahn at 150 miles per hour. You'll be happy. As far as I know, though, these are never in the U.S. They were all in Europe. So, yeah, that's one of the few places you would have actually been able to make use of the 180 mile per hour top speed. Though, would be somewhere like the autobahn. Oh, my tire fell off. Tire, what are you doing? Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, jeez, my camera just... You're gonna stop right there? Okay. Alright, let's go to brutal slope. Okay, let's see. Carlton. There you is. Are you ready to get wrecked totally? Poor thing. I'm so sorry. I mean, I'm kinda sorry, but not really sorry, you know what I mean? Here we go. Whoa. No traction. I'm just sliding all over the place. Alright, chill out, slow it down. And there we go. And we're off. We're finally going to make use of the 180 mile per hour top speed at least, right? We should be able to get to 180 down this thing. There we go. Look at this. 170, 180. There we go. The gearing doesn't seem like it's really set for 180. Like, the 5th gear doesn't seem quite long enough, and 6th gear seems more of a economy gear. It's weird. Or maybe it's just not made for that. You know, that part's not finished yet, I guess. And the squish. How you doing, car? What car? Well, there used to be a car here. I don't know where it went. I mean, now all we got left is just some chunks of metal. But there was a car here at one time. I promise you that. You know, here's something else we could do that I never do. What about the ramp? We could do the ramp. Why not? I know I never usually do it, but what the heck? Is this one in the ramp, or is the other one in front of the ramp? I don't remember. It's probably the other one. Oh well. Oh goodness. I don't like this one bit. This is gonna... Oh, okay. You know what? That was on purpose because we weren't in the right tube. Yes, that is my excuse. Totally on purpose. Yes, I'm lying to you. Is that a problem? I'm being... So, look at how much throttle I'm giving it. And it's just like... Just barely... going. I think the gearbox itself is just unfinished in general. We just broke our right front wheel, didn't we? Or at least damaged something of it. Oh well, good enough. Top speed and acquired, and continue accelerating. Hitting ramp. Look at it jiggling. Break all brake groups. Whoosh. Look at the tires just separating off. Look at that. Poor Carlton. And speed it up a bit. Come on, Carlton. Bump. And dead. I like the engine just sitting there. Like, I'm okay. I'm okay. Engine's fine. Everything else is just totally ruined, but engine's okay. Alright, here we go. Whoa, we just did a 180 right there. And we're off. So we want to hit the one on the convertibilize it. Make it, oh no. Oh, I just broke the suspension by turning too hard. This is hopeless. Okay, let's just reset. How annoying is that? I ended up breaking the suspension by churning too hard. There. Okay, convertible. Alright, going good, going smooth, going happy. This is much better than the last one. Much better, way better. And here we go, give us a convertible! Squeeze! Oh, it took the wing with it. Or spoiler or whatever. It took it with it. My front tires have popped. They're gone. And my convertible's looking good. Look at the back tires. What happened to them? Where'd they even go? Like, look at them. They're under the car? That's weird. Camera, stop spinning it so I can actually look. Sheesh. So that used to be Lotus Carlton. It's not anymore. And, well, that'll do it. So, till next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.